Low-key, I'm kind of sus of black. Oh, never mind. Sigh. One less imposter. Blue, you're my sus list, kinda. No, still, I think it's Shaw. Okay, maybe it's Crimson and Shaw? Gray, maroon, cyan, all together. Okay, one dies, the other one dies. Blue's here. Blue sus. I'm gonna leave them together. Together. Yep. I didn't even use any utilities. That's the whole point of the video. I could think that there's a video part. Supposed to use utilities to sponsor why utilities are good. Like you saw in the intro, you can win games without utilities. Why bother using them? But utilities are a great skill to use in your Among Us game, and it sharpens your skill and variety. Many people don't know how to properly use cams, logs, admin table, or even vitals, and etc. Obviously, there are 8 different types of utilities. And in this video, I will show you how to properly use all of them. Before I get into this topic, I'm going to define what a utility is. It's a tool that can give you extra information that helps you figure out who the imposter is, such as cams, venting, vitals, tracking, detectives, cams, logs, and so forth. A thing I love to do, I love to go on logs, because I can see where people go, and then based on venting I can verify it. And in this scenario, black went right side with maroon, and only black returned, and maroon is the person who died last round. Coincidence or not coincidence? That means black must have killed maroon on the right side. And also I reported the body, and guess where it was? The right side. So black and maroon must have walked together to the right side. Black killed maroon, and then black walked out. As simple as that. Drum roll for the next utility. The next utility I want to talk about is plain out venting. Venting can help you see people's locations, see if someone's doing a task, see if someone's trying to kill someone, see if anyone's just lingering around. These are some really good ways to catch the killer using some venting tunnels that lots of people travel through. And you can go fake sabotage this way. It gives you a benefit. More benefits than it doesn't. That's why usually each new role inner slot brings out has its own utility. And using this vent, I was able to get closer to the noisemaker and clear more people. The next good utility I'm going to talk about is cams. Cams allows you to see people's locations and people's movements. And all in all, you do have a few blind spots, but you have 4 different windows. It gives you plenty of information to figure out who is the imposter. It is very common and recommended for beginners. It's also one of the most straightforward utilities. You don't have to do any thinking. You can just look around and you can witness a kill and see people's location. The next method I'm going to talk about is vitals. There's 2 different types of vitals. Vitals from vitals and scientist vitals. In the first example, I'm going to talk about scientist vitals. It has limited battery and you have to do tasks to recharge it. But based on the host setting, it can be super good, and you can quickly tab in and tab out to see who is alive and how recent a kill could be, and then deduce who was around who and how quick and what type of kill it could have been. Now I'm going to be talking about vitals on vitals. It's basically the exact same thing I just said, but instead of, getting to move around to have limited battery, you don't have that. You have infinite battery, and you're just staying still, and you can just camp it. The next utility is tracking. It allows you to mark a player and see the location of that said player. In this clip you're seeing, I am doing the glitch, where if you spam map, you can see the movement of a player without any cooldown. Now, let me talk about the benefits of this role. it allowed me to see that Gray is a crewmate because he's doing tasks. In this, it shows that he is doing scan right now, and he is not an imposter, and is clear for the kill. Also, I know Gray never ran past the top of cafeteria, so he couldn't have done the kill. And I know what he's been doing all around, doing tasks, so I cleared him. See, I did figure out that he did scan, and now I can use this information and share it with the crew. And using this information, we have deduced the killer is Orange. Yeah, he's the killer. We cleared everyone and their locations. That's how we figured out who it was. And now it's to figure out if we were correct and tracking really worked. It did, and that leads us to our next utility, is the admin table. It doesn't show who is where, but it shows how many people are in a set room. So you can kind of figure out and narrow down locations. And you find holes in people's story. It's a very good tool, and I recommend you to use it, but it is very hard for beginners to learn. So yeah, I didn't cover all the utilities. I covered most of them, and the important ones. Some of them, the minor ones, I didn't really want to cover just because I didn't feel the importance of covering them, and I didn't have good enough footage, and I couldn't get footage because no one uses them, and it is impossible to use them. It's really hard. These are the basic ones you should learn to follow and adapt to. They are really helpful for deducting who is the killer and how to catch them. And anyone, even a 2-year-old, could pick up on these methods with good amounts of practice. But if you want me to talk more in depth about some of these other utilities, please comment down below or find another method to contact me. But generally, these are the basic ones, and I won't be talking about any more. I'll just do a quick recap. Security, it helps you find people's location, and that is the one I say you focus on. Sure, there are some blind spots like comms, shields, but in navigations, there's more things. Maybe O2 is a little of a blind spot, and shields, once again, comms, storage is pretty much of a blind spot. Electrical is a blind spot. There's so many blind spots, but there are some spots that are really good, and you can catch people in the act, and that's why I feel like you don't really have to use your brain to look at cams. You can just stare dead on and wait for kills, and you can get a hard vouch. So it's one of the really good utilities anyone can do at any time, no matter what your role is. Even imposters can do it and see where good crewmates are. But utilities are more focused on crewmates, just because crewmates are the ones trying to figure out who the imposters are, and the imposters already know who the imposters are. But yeah, that's mainly everything I can cover in this video. If you want part 2, once again, comment down below. But hey, what do I know? You listen to you. Because Among Us can go in any different direction. That's why I love it. It has so many different types of variations. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing or check out some other of my videos because they're very similar. And I hope you have a great day. Come on, man. Why am I always voted out? It's always me, me, me. It's never the actual imposters. Sigh.